If you camp, overland, or live in a van, cold mornings and nights suck. But this little box right here claims it can fix that. They say it heats up in just 3 minutes, runs on a full tank for 50 hours, and it's whisper quiet. In this video, we're gonna find out if that's actually true. Okay, first impressions, this thing looks pretty cool. A whole diesel heater packed inside of essentially a toolbox. Let's go over the box before we get into any details. We have the exhaust port right here, the air port where the air comes out of, the intake port, a screen so you can control all the settings, obviously your diesel fill up. And then the cool part about this is you can open it up and see what you're actually working with. As you can see, we got this thing fully filled up with diesel and it's ready to rip. This is everything that comes in the box with your diesel heater. You have your exhaust pipe, 3.5-inch pipe for your actual heat to go through, your air intake hose and inlet, remote control to control it from inside the car, and it has a CO2 monitor right there. Your AC/DC power adapter, a hose adapter, some other wiring stuff, and then some brackets and parts to make this thing actually work. All these hose clamps that you see come in the box. Then of course, your user manual. Now we're gonna get this thing all set up. And if you haven't guessed already, it's stupid simple. You just add diesel, plug it in, and it's ready to go. In this bracket you see right here, this is to hold the air intake upright. For my setup on my GX, I do have to do a little bit modification for the actual air outtake into the car. For that, I'm using this Solid Shift Concepts insert panel for the side of your window, and it has a 3-inch inlet and it has an area for your cord to run through. I also went out and got this 3.5 to 3-inch hose and then a 3-inch diameter air duct hose as well. All the stuff that you see will most likely work for your setup, but for mine, I just had to modify it a tiny bit. We're gonna cue a time lapse of us getting this thing set up. It's honestly really quick and simple. You just need a screwdriver, put some of the hose clamps on and plug it in and you're good to go. Just like that, our heater is ready to put in some work. Let's get it plugged in and then we can go over how to start it and all that fun stuff. Okay, there's a total of 3 different ways you can start this heater. This remote control that's completely wireless, you just turn it on in a flick of a button, and then you can also control it all from the H-Calory app. Personally, my favorite way, I can just be chilling inside the car, turn it on, and then we're getting warm. But you can also control it from the actual diesel heater itself. There is a control panel on the side right here, and you control everything that you can do from the app in this controller. But now we can see how fast this thing will actually heat up. I'm just gonna demonstrate how to turn it on real quick, and then we can get into the actual test. All right, we're in the app, and as you can see already, it says high plateau, and that's because I'm in Breckenridge, Colorado right now, and I believe we're probably at 9,000 elevation, and this thing still works. All we have to do to get this thing heated up is just hit heating, activate the device, and just like that, we're good to go. You can adjust the fan speeds. You can go from 1 to 10, but now we're gonna see how fast this thing will heat up from a cold start to actually heating up your vehicle. Timer is set, and now all we gotta do is wait. I guess while we're waiting the short amount of time for this thing to heat up, I can tell you some of my experience using this thing out in the wild. Not even a week ago, I was out in California and it got down, I was in the mountains and it got down below freezing. Started this thing up, lifesaver, game changer. I'm just used to using like 0-degree sleeping bags, wool blankets, maybe even a heated blanket here and there. And this is a lifesaver. I mean, I'm at 9,000 feet right now and it's running, it's doing its thing, it's heating up. And I'm planning on doing a lot of traveling during the winter season to go to different ski resorts, camp overnight so I don't have to drive all the way back home and come back. And this is gonna do that job for me. Super excited to use it even more. All right, inside the app, we got this thing set about 85 degrees. I don't know what Celsius that is. You can do the math. The body temp is already at 244 degrees right now. That's insane. All right, we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Let's see if it's blowing hot air yet. See if the temps are getting up there. Oh yeah, she's blowing hot air. 3 minutes in, it's already blowing hot air. That's insane. The good thing about the fast heating up and the fast setup is that's less time that you have to be outside the car in the cold while setting it up. It could be below freezing. It could be 0 degrees. All you gotta do is plug it in, press play, wait 3 minutes, and you're already heating up your car so you can stay warm and cozy while you get some nice slumber. And then to turn this thing off, all you gotta do is hit the power button for 2 seconds and it starts the shutdown procedure. The shutdown procedure takes about 3 to 5 minutes. You have to wait for it to completely stop working before you can unplug it, which isn't really an issue because it guarantees the longevity of the product. Some other really cool things about this heater, I mentioned it before, but it has 50 hours of continuous running. I ran this thing while camping for maybe, I don't know, 8-9 hours, and it didn't even put a dent in the full 6-liter fuel tank. And when I used it, there was no annoying ticking, wasn't loud, I didn't hear it. It was just pure enjoyment of hot air warming my body. Also, there is an auto off and on that you can turn on from any of the control switches. And there's a temperature sensor that automatically adjusts the output. And actually, I was talking to my mom about this heater and that I just got it. And she was saying, what about the gases? What about the carbon monoxide? And I was like, Mom, it's got a carbon monoxide alarm built in to the remote control. So you just keep it with you, and then you have that peace of mind that you need. I mean, in theory, you could use this thing to heat anything. It doesn't have to be a car, truck, or van. You could use it to heat a small shed, a room. It's really at your disposal to what you want to use it for. Some of my favorite things about this heater are you can control it from your phone. I feel like everything is kind of on your phone nowadays. I have so many apps for this car that control so much stuff. The fact that I control my diesel heater from a touch of a button on my phone is amazing. The fast heating, 3 minutes and it's already blowing hot air. You don't have to worry about it taking forever and ever to heat up. It's there in seconds. Number 3, it's quiet. You can hear it starting up because obviously it's blowing hot air out, but that's really all you hear. You don't hear the fuel pump running. I can't believe there's like a full blown tiny engine in there making hot air come out. It doesn't really make sense in my mind how this all works. I'm just happy it does. And lastly, 4 and 5, the multiple day use of runtime. You don't have to run to the gas store every day to go fill this thing up with diesel. You can run it for probably, I mean, you're probably sleeping for 8-10 hours max. So you could, in theory, get 6-5 uses out of it before you have to fill it up again. And the portable design. It's like a toolbox. What it's named after, you can just pick it up, take it wherever. It's not big and bulky, metal case, good old toolbox. And you can just throw it in your car. Like, that's what's even better about this. I just throw it right behind the passenger seat and that's where it sits until I need to use it. I couldn't really think of any cons. It's honestly pretty hard to think of any bad things about this. But if I had to come up with at least one thing, I'd say it's a little on the heavier side. I'll put the exact weight up on the screen. It's not terrible, trust me, but it is a little bit on the heavier side, I think. Not sure, that's really the only bad thing I can think about this heater. I don't know, it's kept me warm, so that's what it's supposed to do. If you wanna grab one of these yourself, I happen to have a 15% off discount code that you can use to get one of these diesel heaters that looks nice, functions better, and is ultimately one of the best investments if you're winter camping. The link will be in the description, and you can use my code JACK15+ for 15% off your order. Big shout out for H-Calory for sending me out this. And like I always say, my reviews are always driven by the actual results of the product. I'm not just saying this to say it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be posting this video right now. One more thing to add. The name H-Calory is pretty cool. The H is the initial for the heater, and then calorie is the unit of heat. Pretty cool. Sorry if I'm a little hyper right now. I should not have had coffee in the afternoon. It's getting to me, but we all know you want to. That's the video. I have some plans to make like some cool ASMR camping videos in the winter, and you're gonna see this in full effect to keep me warm while I'm out on the trails. I'll stop blabbing. Made this far, red button, thumbs up button, comment section, come on, please. That's the #1 way to support my channel in growing, is doing those 3 things. And sharing, of course. If you have any more real world questions or just questions in general about this heater, drop them down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer all of them. That's gonna end things off. Drive safe and have a great day. We'll see you guys.